AMD's client x86 CPU market share grows to 21.1%, server EPYC and mobile Ryzen gained in Q2 2024. AMD has once again recorded share growth in the x86 CPU segment, with the server and mobile segments seeing the biggest gains in Q2 2024. AMD sees growth in EPYC server and Ryzen mobile segment as its x86 CPU share continues to grow. Desktop share declines in preparation for Ryzen 9000 launch. Mercury Research has shared the latest x86 CPU market statistics, which show continued gains for AMD, both in market and revenue share, across the client and server segments. In Q2 2024, AMD prepped itself for the launch of its next generation Zen 5 portfolio, which kicked off with Ryzen i300 Strix laptops last month and will soon be getting the Ryzen 9000 desktop chips. On servers, AMD is expected to launch its 5th Gen EPYC Turin CPUs, which will launch later this year. AMD's existing portfolio of Ryzen 7000 8000s mobile and desktop parts has also been available at great discounts, leading to higher sales in the OEM and DIY channels. All of these developments have led AMD to capture even more hold of the x86 segment, and as of right now, its total client market share stands at 21.1% and its revenue share sits at 18.1%. This is a 3.8-point gain in unit share and a 4.0-point gain in revenue share versus last year. Coming to the per segment market and revenue share, AMD's server division grew to 24.1% with a record revenue reported at 33.7%. This is a 5.6-point gain in unit share versus last year and a 6.6-point gain in revenue share versus last year. On the desktop side, AMD's high-performance client segment gained a 4.4-point unit share versus last year but declined 0.9 points versus the previous quarter. The revenue share saw a 3.0-point gain versus last year and declined 0.4 points versus the previous quarter. Lastly, we have the mobile side, which saw a 3.8-point increase in unit share and a 4.5-point increase in revenue share. The mobile market is now in the 20% market share range, and things can change a lot over the next few months when the back-to-school and holiday season starts. Following are the major highlights of AMD's Q1 2024 market share and revenue. Looking forward, we expect AMD's Ryzen i300 Strix laptops to compete well against Intel's Core Ultra and Qualcomm's Snapdragon X CPUs. Meanwhile, the AMD Ryzen 9000s and 5-inch CPUs, which we tested a few hours ago, are looking decent enough, but we expect Ryzen 7000s and 4-inch CPUs to remain strong thanks to the better value that they have on offer. The server side will be gaining more traction this year, with Zen 5 EPYCs blazing their way into high-performance data centers and cloud operations throughout 2025.